Hello, and thank you for joining me for this quick presentation of Blender, Quick Clicks for K through 5, where we will quickly explore how to find your scope and sequence with aligned content for your specific classroom needs. My name is Tyler Montgomery, and I am a TOSA for the Professional Development Department, and I do proudly represent and support the Glades region. However, if you have any questions or need guidance, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will help you however I can. I have also added my Bitmoji office, which has lots of great resources to help you through your year. As I mentioned in the title, this is going to be a quick walkthrough to assist you with Domain 1 of our Marzano Palm Beach model of instruction. I will briefly explain where to find Blender from your portal, how to search for your specific grade level or content area, and once we have set up your classroom home screen, I will show you how to locate the scope and sequence for specific content areas, as well as the resources that align through the Blender platform. However, if there is a subject or content area that you would like more information on how to find resources for within Blender, please reach out and I'll be happy to support you however I can. First things first, getting to Blender. When you log into your Palm Beach County portal, you will always see a search bar under the Home tab. Type Blender and you will see this icon pop up. Meet Blender, your new best friend. Blender is an incredible resource with items that run the gamut across the amazing things we teach here in Palm Beach County. Due to this, the first thing I want to show you is how to isolate just the courses that you teach or support to make your experience easier to manage. Once you are in Blender, you will see that there are a number of tabs to choose from in the navigation bar across the top of your screen. Click on Catalog, and once you have done so, a drop-down will give you two options, and you want to click on the option that says Course. You are more than welcome to scroll and look at the courses we offer within our district, but when you're ready to hone in on just what you need, I highly suggest using this filters bar on the left so that you can filter by school level, school type, grade, subject. For this training, I'm going to pretend that I am looking for the courses that a teacher of third grade students who teaches all content areas, not departmentalized, would need to have access to. Once I've selected my filters that best reflect my needs, I can click the star to the left of the course that I need. So you'll see they're gray when you first see them, but if it's something that you want to save, you will click and that gray star will turn yellow. And that means that that course has now been saved to your home Blender screen. Ta-da! Now if you click back to your home screen, the classes that I starred will now show up here. As I said, when you log into Blender now, this will always be the first thing that shows up under my courses, so you will not have to go back through searching. Something specific to our elementary ELA, which is what I want to talk about first, is that if you are a CKLA school, you do have your own course within Blender. However, if you are piloting EL, you do not have your own Blender course, and you do need to make sure you're keeping in contact with your EL support person to make sure you're getting all of the alignments that you need. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at ELA. Within the course navigation, you're going to see on the left side of your screen on Blender most always, you're going to click on Scope and Standards, which will open up two more options. Scope is where you can find the scope and sequence for ELA, which incorporates both reading and writing, the scope and sequence for teachers who have students who are on access points, the Fountas and Pinnell word study scope and sequence, and specifics on how the curriculum and modules address the state statutes and requirements. Clicking on Standards will give you a number of documents all connected to our ELA standards, which are called LAFS or LAFS. You can find incredible resources on standard progressions, complexity levels, unpacked standards, the question stems, and anything you could need for reading and for writing. The scope and sequence and some other documents open up as Google Docs. So I would highly recommend, rather than making a copy or trying to save it and go through all that, just go ahead and click on that star that you'll always see next to the title, and that will make it much easier for you to get back to within your drive. All of the resources that you need for ELA planning are on these one sheet kind of Blender sheets. And if you keep scrolling, this resource document will also give you supports for your ELLs, remediation activities, and includes the language and grammar standards and lessons and assessments that are reflected on that elementary report card. So we'll go back to our home screen now and take a quick look at math, because it does look quite different from how ELA was set up. The first thing you're going to see, keeping in mind that I am recording this in October 2020, is a draft scope and sequence under the announcements, which is really the big piece that you need. If you click on scope and pacing, you're going to find look-fors for each week of instruction. If you click on units, you are then going to get the actual unit that the students are learning on based on the scope and sequence. And I would love for you to make sure you look at the Planning Resources tab, because I want to show you the incredible resources the math team have given you. So if you click that Planning Resources, you will find a plethora of items to help you assist in planning and lesson guidance. And remember that this is just a short walkthrough, because clicking each resource would take hours. But our objective here is to make sure that you know where your scope and sequence are, as well as the planning resources that you need. So let's go back to our home screen and briefly talk about science, because with the adaptation of STEM scopes, it really is a one-stop shop. And this is what I mean. Everything you're going to need is actually that first screen you're going to see in course navigation, which is scope and pacing. The scope and sequence is very precise and is broken down into specific ideas, so make sure you really investigate this document for the huge support it gives you to maximize your science instructional time. You can also gain access to your STEM Scopes account and a lesson plan guidance log, along with standard alignments. And while Florida has adopted LAFs and MAFs for our ELA and for math, science uses next generation sunshine state standards, so it's nicely broken down into big ideas for you to dissect and follow along the scope with. And lastly, for the last part of this particular video, let's look at my favorite subject that I tried to include whenever I could, social studies. So the social studies team has actually created its own Google Classroom for K-5 social studies, and I've given you that code here. You can get additional resources as well as getting guidance and asking questions pertaining to social studies there. So for social studies, they post the scope and sequence by trimester and include the units of study for each trimester within there. And they also utilize a calendar. So whether you are going to click on the resources you see under the scope and pacing or the resources that you see in the calendar, those are both going to take you to resources that you need. And you could also very well just go look at each individual unit of study underneath the course navigator to find units, lessons, planning tools, and the standards that you need for that trimester's scope and sequence. I want to thank you so much for spending a quick 10 minutes with me today to learn a little bit about how to find your scope and sequence and related resources through Blender. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day, week, and school year, and I have once again posted my email address. If you need absolutely anything, please reach out. Thank you so much.